Wednesday, January 25th, 2017, Monaco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. So this morning, I'd like to talk about the markets, a bit of an update, and also a trading strategy in the markets. And first of all, though, I'd like to say that I'm not advising people what to do in the markets or how to, what to buy or sell. I'm just telling you I'm going to cover a strategy that I use that I think works fairly well, if you got the time to follow the markets and be involved. But first of all, let's do an update. Gold this morning, it's 11:25 a.m. London time or 6:25 Eastern Standard Time. Gold is down about $4 at 1204.30. The low has been 1200.88. The high 1213.20. The Dow is up 64. So the stock market yesterday and today continuing to do well. It's at 19,975. So close to that 20,000 level, that elusive level. S&P 500 2285. So we've broken through a key level at 2282 in the S&P. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's an all-time high here. Of course, it's not going to be counted because it's before the open still, and it's the futures that's trading, S&P 500 futures. Let's have a look here. Yeah, that's an all-time high here. Yesterday as well, we did close at just below that 2282 level, which is quite important. So we are in all-time high territories in S&P 500. Silver 16.95, down 15 or down almost 1%. The pound has done well this morning. It traded up to just below 126, 125.98. So we've come quite a long way from a week or two ago where we dropped below 120. I guess the Supreme Court decision in the UK yesterday that said that Parliament has to approve, Article 50 being triggered. That's helped the pound. Any news that puts doubt on, Brexit will help the pound, it seems, these days. I expect the pound to still stay quite volatile on the upside and downside. I think key resistance here is around 127, 128 on the upside. We're 125.75. Euro a little stronger, 107.50, up 0.2%. Dollar a little weaker against the yen as well at 113.58. Let's have a look at the dollar index, see what that's doing. I think where are we? Well, we're just, this is a little delayed here, but it's trading at 100.03. So near that important, while the key support really was 100.3. So, if we break through 100, which we did briefly yesterday, you could see the dollar weaken further. What else? Let's have a look at bonds, the 10-year yield to be specific. Well, that's continuing to creep higher. It's at 248. 250, of course, is a key resistance, and then 264. On the downside, I think 232, 233 is support. Let's have a look at Bitcoin now. Bitcoin, let's see, 894. So yeah, still quite volatile. We were trading above 900 earlier this week, and now just retesting that level. So yeah, that's where the markets are this morning. So S&P testing and making new all-time highs yesterday and continuing stronger. Will the Dow hit 20,000 later on today? We'll have to see. But the trading strategy I wanted to talk about is basically, when a company publishes or comes out with very negative news or some kind of regulator comes out and says we're going to have to punish this company, or some kind of news or action by a company that makes a stock drop massively in one day. I think about 10 days ago or so, don't exactly remember it, the exact date. Fiat Chrysler, there was a report from the I think EPA or somewhere in the state, regulator in the States, and the stock dropped massively. And usually when this happens, if a stock drops 10-20%, you kind of get it's oversold in the short term. And the strategy that I use sometimes, and it's difficult because you have to keep track of things and see what company is doing what, but sometimes it comes out, and you see the news. Usually there's a bounce, we drop 20%, and then intraday, it bounces, 3-4% higher. It might go lower the next day, or it might continue going higher. But the strategy is basically to take a punt, not, money that will, you can't afford to lose, but a little bit, you buy it, and then you keep an eye on it. You need to keep an eye on it, because you could buy it, down 20%, and then in 10 minutes time, it's only down 17%, and then you just get out. That's the strategy. And it's up to the individual to decide how long they want to hold it. You might have, some more tolerance for it to go down after you buy it, and then, but low, quite a lot of times you see a bit of a rebound, mainly because people overdo it. Market participants just sell it at any price, and it becomes oversold in the short term. I'm not saying that in the medium to longer term that stock might not go lower, but in the short term, I think it's a good way to maybe, take a punt. The other thing you need to consider is how much your broker charges. You got to make sure it's worthwhile. You might make 3%, but then you sell the stock and you've paid, loads of commission. In the UK, if you're not doing spread trading or betting, and you're buying the real stock, you've got to consider also stamp duty. So, yesterday there was news about BT, which is the big telecoms company in the UK, and it dropped like 20% from like £3.80 down to 3. This morning it dropped a little further to like 297.50. So I bought some, not that much. I'm not going to tell you how much, just the principal. And now it's rebounded. It's I bought it around 298.80. It's now around 306. I'm making a bit of money, but I'm going to wait a little more. So hopefully maybe later this afternoon, if that's gone up to like 320 or 340, I'll just get out. And that's the trading strategy, basically. One thing about this strategy is that you need to keep an eye on the market. You need to have the time, to see the headlines, to see, what's going on. This BT story, I didn't see it yesterday, but then I was talking to my wife and she heard in the news, and then I looked at the stock after the close last night, and we seemed to close near the low. So I expected it to drop further today, and it did, and now it's rebounding a little bit. So that's the strategy. Nothing fancy, but you need to keep an eye out for these. Big drops usually are overdone, and there's some opportunity there. I'm not saying you're going to make money all the time, but it's better than buying at an all-time high. So that's it for now. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Share it far and wide. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. If you'd like to donate to my channel, there's some links below in the description. I'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye.